All right, guys. I want to talk about work-life balance today. Because it's something that people obsess over a lot, and I think I even have too. In the past, but even now too. Um, it's something that we're kind of always trying to figure out, and something we're always stressing over. And me too. Especially right now as I continue to get more and more busy with work, my 9 to 5 job, which is fairly demanding. And as time goes on, and I get more plugged in into building certain parts of it, it might end up taking more and more of my time. And while I try to build this channel and this brand and this coffee company, I roast coffee and I sell on the internet and trying to grow that as much as I can and build presence in my community. So between those two things, and I have like creative pursuits too. I have a musical album that I just finished that I'm trying to figure out how to release and get out there and put it in front of people in a way that people will be interested in it. Um, all those things take up a lot of my time, and I'm spending a lot more time doing just work than I ever thought I would. Um, and even that is still not even near what some other people do that I look up to. That even that I don't necessarily even want to be at that. I'm not like a Elon Musk. Like I'm not. He's someone who might work like 24 hours a day, sleeps in the factory, whatever. Like we've heard those stories. I don't aspire to be like that. I don't want that for myself. That's not for everyone. But I do spend a lot of time, percentage of my time working, and not as much time relaxing. Compared to what I used to do as a young person, and probably not as much as even I'd like to, because I really love downtime and I love taking it easy and looking at my phone and watching YouTube and playing video games. Like I love that stuff. Um, and so it's been a little uncomfortable for me to, as I try to do more and more things, not have as much time to do nothing and recharge, because I love that so much. But it's okay, because I'm doing a lot of things that I love doing, and it's not, it's work, yeah, and it's stressful, but it's things that fill me, so it's not as soul draining, I guess. But anyway, there's two main things that I think people think about on their deathbed, or things that you hear. One is that they worked too much and they never spent time with their family or did anything fun, and they just kind of waste their life. And the other thing is that they, well, didn't really take any risks or go after what they wanted to do, which might have meant doing a lot more work and sacrificing. So either way, they feel like they didn't really do what they wanted to do, because they were scared or fearful, or yeah, usually it's because of fear or uncertainty, or being safe, like getting that trap of like the safety, and then getting lulled into this like safe work life situation where like you have a lot of that balance, I guess, but it's still like deeply unfulfilling. I don't know, but those are two things that I hear that they freak me out, and they're pretty valid things for people to look back on and realize they wish they did it differently, and it's something I'm trying to avoid in my life. So right now at this point, I'm doing as much as I can to hopefully have a more relaxing life later. Um, and that just means a lot of work. Like I've kind of sacrificed that work, the balance. I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself. Let me see. Let me see what I wrote down, because I'm gonna get away from myself. Um, okay. So on, and this is something I struggle with, and like maybe you guys can help me out. But on one hand, we never, there's no great legacies or stories or breakthroughs or things that were done in history that came from people just being safe, working a job, coming home, and then being able to just relax, do whatever they want, make dinner or watch TV, which that's something that so many of us crave right now. We crave having that kind of stability and that work-life balance. But yeah, like I said, there's not a lot of great things that came from that, which can lead to I feel like maybe a life that is unfulfilling, even though you had that balance. On the other hand, what's the purpose of working and doing things and like being successful if you never have the chance to enjoy yourself and relax and travel and go enjoy nature and build a family and spend time with family and make memories and pass on memories and all that good stuff. So like that's almost like, to me, is almost more important than the work thing, but I'm also so focused on the work thing. I guess because I'm working on things that I feel are meaningful and valuable and can create like long-term fulfillment in me, and possibly in other people too if they ever decide to work for me. And that's also something I want to, it's weird because I want to offer, if people ever work for me, I want to offer them like a great work balance, like great work culture, and letting them have freedom and ownership over what they do. But for me, for myself, like I want to spend a lot of my free time building things and working on like the coffee or the more creative things or whatever. It's just this thing I think about, like the work-life balance. It's never really gonna be perfect. It's never really gonna be totally balanced, and you might have periods of like intense work and stress and trying to overcome challenges, and that might demand like almost all your time. And there might be other periods of like calm and a lot of relaxation and being able to have time off. And so I guess the answer is probably somewhere in between, intense work or just intense relaxation or balance. But I guess it kind of depends. It depends on what life you want to live. I mean, you can't watch someone on the internet like me telling you like you need to grind and work your ass off and like be able to make $1 million a year and provide and like be the man, like if that's not what you want to do. And you can't listen to people who are like, screw the system, like whatever, like go live in a van. I mean, you have like competing things all the time telling you what you should do or like what a dream life is or like the perfect work-life balance. I just feel like it's something that people obsess over and they worry about, or they don't know like what the right thing is. But it's really just whatever whatever lifestyle you want to live. I don't know if that's really helpful to you guys, or even what the point of me talking about this was. I guess it's something I've just been thinking about more and more. And as I do more and more things, and I have less of that downtime. I'm kind of letting myself ride out the sort of like adventure of life, they call it, by plugging myself in and trying to do things that are replacing that fulfillment, is kind of replacing the downtime that I used to have. And yeah, I kind of spat a lot out at you, but just something I've been thinking about. It's never going to be perfect. For me, I'm trying to avoid that feeling when I'm old of like, I want to feel like I had enough meaningful time with like family and friends and myself, and enjoyed things and made great memories. But I also want to feel like I put as much time into building the things I wanted that were able to pay off, and that helped benefit other people's lives, like through giving them work. That's kind of my dream of like putting a lot of time into things that I love, but then also having the time to relax and do nothing and recharge. I don't know. I think the thing that scares me the most that people want is like they want safety, and they want they're working jobs, they're working like corporate jobs that they hate, and so they're like craving more time off and more balance, and they're giving their lives to things that don't matter to them, so they're kind of wasting their time, and they're bitter, and then they're obsessing over the like the work life balance. I don't know, but when you just kind of transition into doing things of your own or working on things you care about, it's not like you should be willing to put in more and more work for those things and sacrifice some of that enjoyment, short-term enjoyment. I don't know if that really makes sense or if that sounds dickish, but it's just kind of where I'm at. I my thoughts on this change all the time, so I'm sure a year from now I'll have a different opinion, but that's kind of where I'm at now. It's something I want to touch on since it's something I see a lot and I think a lot about, since that balance is shifting for me right now. But it's a good problem to have. It's like a really good problem to have enough things that I'm working on that I care so much about that I'm willing to sacrifice my chill out, do nothing time. That's kind of a blessing. So I think that's all I have. Hope I didn't sound too repetitive or preachy, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know where you guys are at. And yeah, thanks for listening.